Today I'm going to be talking about my medium-term plans for my garden.
Yes! Please subscribe!
Okay, as you know, I have the three type of goals: the short-term, medium-term and long-term. But today we're going to be focusing on my medium-term goals, and that's up to 5 years from now. So what have I got to do? Well, we started, remember, with the same sort of basic sort of pattern where I've got my entertainment area, my food area and my vegetable area, and this has not changed from the short-term goals. And this is where we at last time when I left off with the short-term goals. We had just got our trees planted. Now, amongst the trees here, as you can see on this slide, I'm going to be planting berry bushes underneath this and medicinal plants, because a lot of the berries I can forage and stuff like this. So I'm going to be having all sorts of another layer underneath the trees that are going to be berries, they're going to be medicinal plants and all sorts of stuff like this. And then if you go a little further, and if we have a look from this view, now this is from my kitchen view, you can see that wall that I've got dividing my garden from my entertainment area is really quite high and obstructs the view. So I want my garden to flow from my entertainment area naturally into the garden itself. So I'm going to be reducing the size of the walls to the level of the ground that is behind. So they're just retaining walls. And then I'm going to go on the next slide, as you can see, and put this chicken coop in. And the chicken coop's going to wrap around a tree there, because initially I wasn't going to have a tree there. But I thought, no, I must squeeze as much trees as I like, because the chickens actually do like to be under the shade. So I'm going to wrap their coop around the tree. Now, if you come into this sort of view, you can see now where the chicken coop is and where it's located. And so, if I go now and I put this lot in here, this is the covered walkways that I want to build. Now, you know all those little logs that I was cutting down and from my neighbour down the road? I'm going to be using it to try and build some of this walkway, especially this by the greenhouse. The ones that are wrapping around the building of the house, I'll probably use good timber there that's nice and square that I can sand down nice and smooth. But I'm going to have a covered walkway there, and the walkway next to the building is going to help me when it's snowing and raining and stuff, that I don't have to walk in the rain to get to my outbuildings, because I've got all my washing and my tools and all sorts in my log shed inside there. So this is what I'm going to be doing with this area. Now, as you can see in the next slide, this is where I'm putting the entertainment area. That round circular area is the entertainment area. And the little caption at the top here, that's going to be what it looks like when I'm standing behind my pond and I'm looking, you know, the pond filter, and I'm looking towards my entertainment area, because I want to have a really nice view from my seating area where I'm sitting down and having something to drink or having tea or, you know, dinner and stuff like that in the summer, so I can have a really nice pleasant look. So now if you come out, and this is a top view of how everything is going to look, and I'm quite happy with that. So if I go to the next slide, you can see now I've started putting in flowers around the border edges, because I want my garden to look very beautiful, because it is a garden and it's not just a farm. So I'm trying to marry the two up, and the flowers that I do have decorated around will certainly help with the beneficial bees and stuff like that, so for the pollination. And this is a view now from when I'm going to be looking out my kitchen of what I'm hoping my garden will look like. It won't look as square and blocky and as plain and the gory colours that I've given it, but the colours were to emphasise where is what and how I can see. So you can see a lot of my neighbours are totally screened out, and I'm in a very sort of private area, because that means quite a bit to me. And the next slide is where I'm sitting in my entertainment area, and I'm looking out at my garden. I can see my water feature, I can see my pond and my walkways and stuff like this, and all my bushes and stuff like that. So tending the garden becomes really easy. And this is a view from the upper bedroom of what the garden will look like, and it will be something more that you can relate to from all my previous images. Anyway, I thank you very much for listening to my medium-term goals, and I will see you when I discuss my long-term goals next week. Bye-bye.